Okay guys, this is Project Soccer Mom. Rusty fender arches on this Ford Escape. That's the driver's side. This is the passenger side. Mostly surface rust up here on the arch, but it is missing a bit of metal under here. So idea is to kind of stay inside of these body lines here with the actual work, so that I can do a blend up into here along this line. Probably have to clear this whole sail panel. So let's get started, get the grinders out, get it cleaned up, see what I have to work with. Alright guys, first thing first, always give it a wash to get the dirt off before you get started. Okay, so I had to remove this skirt that was in here behind the tire with the edge of the bumper cover. There was these two clips and these two screws. The third screw is up in behind here, holds the edge of the bumper cover to the fender. So now that it's off, I just give that a little tug, and like so. Now that pops down like that. I can put a wedge under the tail light or whatever to hold this down, so I can, get up underneath this edge here. Not that it needs work, because it looks like this is out of the way here, but the other side's kind of rusty in there, so I got to pull it as well. And then I'm going to run a tape line up along here, just so that I stay inside of my repair area. Okay, got 36 grit on the die grinder with the 2-inch roll lock. I'm just going to grind this back and see just what I've got here. Okay, so I got a piece of metal. I cut it to about the length of the arch here, and got my shrinker stretcher die set up there. So I'm going to start on this and create this bow in the material. Starting to take shape. I'll just keep fitting this to the vehicle and keep working it till I get to the shape. Alright, so this looks like it's gonna fit not too bad. I did overstretch it, and then I had to shrink it back again to kind of get it to the right shape. It's going to go in somewhere about there. Now the flange underneath here, it's not 90 like this is. It's actually tipped down, so I'm gonna have to dolly this edge and kind of stretch this out this way now a little bit to open it up so that it matches up. Alright, so I got everything pretty much the way I want it. It's clamped in. I got the MIG weld rod. I'm going to tack it in the corner there, and in the corner there, and then proceed to, on each side of the rusted area, dolly this down the best I can, and then been tack welded in along the edges. Basically, I'm just trying to replace the fender arch here the best that I can. There's a lot more work that should be done here, but the means are just not there. And this is good. Okay, so that's all welded in nice and solid. And now you can see there's little bits of black around here. Just gonna go over that with a wire wheel and the cordless drill. Get that black off before I put some reinforced fiberglass filler on there. Okay, I got my ABC Glass Plus on here. It's a fine chop reinforced fiberglass filler, and I got some 80 on the DA, and I'm just gonna give this a quick pass and then skim it with some body filler. But before I put the body filler on, I'm gonna feather this edge out just a little bit here with some 220. Okay, so body filler's all knocked down. Started with 80, went over with 220 on my second coat of fine filler, just to straighten things up a little bit. I'm gonna knock that down with some 220 again once it cures up. Same on the other side, and then back mask around here and get some primer on it, and then call it a day. Okay, so it's like 3 nice coats of primer. You see some scratch lines in it, but that's what primer does. It shows you all the little bits of stuff that went wrong. There's a little spot there, needs some fill. Well, it looks pretty good. Not bad for part of a day's work, considering just about everybody in the neighborhood dropped by for some beers. But, I'll pull the paper off of this later and get back onto it tomorrow. Okay guys, next day. Guess what? Raining. I did manage to fit soccer mom into the garage, mostly. They take and clear out a bunch of the junk. But I am in here, so let's have a look where I left off and see what I'm going to do next. Okay, so I primed this yesterday when I was done, and now you can see all the little spots here. So I can scuff this with some 80 along where I put the patch in. I sanded this little rust spot back with some 220 already. So I'm going to mix up some fine filler and give that a little bit there, and like I said, scuff this with 80 and then just give this a little skim of fine filler. Okay, so I filled in at the gas door, put a skim along here. I just got started knocking this down with 220 on the block, and I'm trying to get this area where I put the piece in straightened up. Talking about the different colors of hardeners. I did the red, and I blocked that down, and then I still needed to add a little more, so I changed colors. I went back to the blue, and that fills in all the little bits with blue. So when I sand it down, there should be blue left in the craters like here after I've sanded it back, so it should be like kind of a multi-color, which doesn't matter. It's all going to get sealed up with primer again anyway. Alright, so this is all now done all the way down to 320 around the repair through here. So I'm going to back mask again around here and get another coat of primer on this, and this repair should be good until it's ready for paint day. Okay guys, so I threw down 3 generous coats of primer. Now before I peel the paper off, I'm going to throw down a guide coat of just some Rust-Oleum Quick Color, just to a little heavy there, just like that. Just get some black dots on it like that. Now I'm gonna go to block that down. That'll show me how flat I've got the piece, or if there's something a little extra that needs done before paint. Okay guys, flopping around like a fucking fish here. Okay guys, I think it's paint day. Starting to warm up. It was pretty chilly this morning. The sun gets up in the sky, it'll be better. 600 soft block. I'm gonna start working down the primer here, and the guide coat. This gets all smoothed out. I'm gonna extend up into this area. I'm only wanting to put paint, I think, up in and around into here. I want to try to just blend somewhere in the area just around this gas door kind of situation, and then clear the whole sail and down the front door pillar. And this door will be a separate project, and the other side's going to get done at the same time. There's no point in showing you both sides. Both sides are the same, so you know, stuff you can do in your driveway, or if you have small garage. Sorry guys, I got a little carried away, forgot to film some of this, but taped in all around the edges of the glass, the edges of the doors, the edge of the hatch. 600 grit all through this area up to this line. Now I sanded this with one bit, and then I came down from here down into here and around the gas door, and then another. I took off from there because I don't want to get the primer from here up here and then transfer it up into here, because I don't plan on putting color really up past here, right? Just gonna clear on up. The color needs to stay down in and around the gas door area here. So yeah, so taped around the doors, and then used a popsicle stick, got you back in behind the weather strip in here and pulled it back, and then slipped tape in, and then pulled that back and taped the window. So this will come right out to like right there my fingernail is when it pops back over, because it's right there, and it rests right. So I'm just gonna get that clear to go down in the edge, so it you don't end up with a funky line. A lot of guys would just try to tape along that weather stripping, and then you end up with a line down there. I'm trying to avoid that. Same shit going on the other side, guys. So I'm gonna carry on, and I'll bring you back when I get a little closer. Okay guys, in case I missed it, 600 here. Now I gotta hit this with some aerosol primer. I'm not going to put a sealer, just an aerosol prime. Just hit any exposed spots. 600 to here, 1000 everywhere else. Scuff pad around all the edges. It's bagged, taped in, ready to fly. I gotta get some water on the floor, and I think we'll be ready to go. Alright guys, sorry you missed out on the paint portion. I had some company during the process, so I just left the camera off. So here's basically what I did. Painted in here, got it covered up into the bottom of the gas door and inside the gas door, and then just kind of blew it off like that. So it's trigger off with a wrist motion, so as you're blowing off into the line, you're just letting the trigger off, blowing it away, and I think it's going to be good. 30 more minutes, I'll be mixing some clear up, give it a quick 100% look over, and get her done. Okay, so that's first coat of clear. I got something going on over here. I'm not sure what all these little bubbles are in certain areas. They're not everywhere. I'm wondering if maybe there was a little bit of water trap behind this window and it blew out or something. Either that or something came through the airline, because it's not here, but it's over here. I don't know. I'll have to wait and see. Gotta mix up some more clear. I already hit the other side. Let's have a look at the other side. This side, yeah, this side's looking good too. Really kind of dark in here, but it's coming out not bad for a garage job. Okay guys, so 2 coats of clear down. Still haven't figured out what was going on there and there, because I didn't get it anywhere else except there and there. Yeah, I've got dust. I've got dust bits here and there. I'm not sure. Maybe those could be particles of dust that blew out from behind the window. They almost look like, I thought it was solvent pop at first, but I didn't put any base coat up there. That was just a single hit of clear. There's no way in hell you're gonna have that going on. So I ended up, like I said, blending up to there, and clearing the whole quarter all the way down. Unfortunately, this little bit was in the sun when it happened. Still come out all right, because I talked about painting in the sun, I think, in another video. It's just this last about 6 inches was in the sun. So it all worked out, apparently. Once it cures up, have it outside, and we'll have another look at the situation. Now, just kind of like to point out, hopefully we don't get a big blast of air through this door. Just like to point out what the temperature is. We are at 55 degrees, guys. 55 degrees Fahrenheit. So I was running a fast reducer in the base and a fast hardener in the clear, make this job turn out as well as it did. Alright, so we're outside. The blend on this side turned out really nice. The clear looks good. Like I mentioned earlier, there's still some funky shit happened here, which I don't have an explanation for. The other side is the sad side. And guess what? When I was pumping paint down, I missed a spot right there on the second coat. So it's a little bare, and likely I'm gonna need to do a touch-up. But overall, still looks pretty decent. That paint paint is actually a pretty good match overall. The rest of the clear on this side came out nice all the way down the door post here. Okay, so I took most of the plastic off last night, and I left like the perimeter tape around the, the edges of the doors and stuff to take off this morning, which I've got off. Tail light back in, bumper cover back on. But there's a little something I want to share with you before I let you go. I had this all taped in along these edges. Now this happened on the other side as well. So I had this taped in here so that, no paint was getting on here, so that just the post got cleared. But if you look down in here, you can see the tape actually ripped the OEM finish right off of the vehicle. Fortunately, that didn't lift out into the fender itself, or that would have been another issue. But things to that nature kind of happen. But overall, nice job. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next one.